If you've seen players that are able to weave passes in between defenders and get it to a teammate in an area where it just doesn't seem like there's a path to do it, odds are they're using ball spin. Today I'm going to show you the main types of spins you want to add to your passes, doing them with one hand and two hands. Then I'm going to give you some fun drills to help you master them so you can look like a magician on the court with your passes. Be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to catch the newest videos. First one is going to be side spin. Now there's a couple different ways you can go about the side spin. Your hand can come from the outside of the basketball with one hand and add side spin. You can spin it from the outside coming up, or you can do it with two hands. And all you're going to do is think about it the same as your one hand spins, like this or like this. You're just going to use the other hand to help add a little more spin. So the ball spins sideways. When it catches the ground, it's going to move sideways, okay? And you can work on this with both hands, right, of course. This is good for situations if maybe there's a defender right here and you need to get it around them to get it to a teammate. Adding that side spin is great for those situations. Second type of spin is going to be something most people don't think about, but it's super effective, is forward spin. Now this one you can pretty much only do with two hands. Hands on the outside of the basketball, rotate them down so it adds spin forward, exactly forward, straight up and down. So when it catches the ground, it's going to roll forward. It's perfect for game situations where you have to get the ball to a teammate who's really far ahead, maybe up the court, and you also need to get it past the defender, right? So you don't want to do a chest pass up high where they can reach it and get to the basketball quick, right? So this is good for those situations so you can get the ball under their arms where they're not comfortable and going to be able to easily steal the basketball, because most defenders are going to be playing up here. That spin will also at the same time allow the ball to go really forward far. And the third spin is something really unexpected. Backspin. You wouldn't use it typically though the way I just showed you there. That was like super backspin. Typically in a game situation it's going to be a little more subtle, so it either catches the ground and almost comes straight up and down, or maybe slightly back. The way you want to do this is you could do it with one hand, just allowing your hand to come under the basketball and rolling back. So it's going to roll off your fingers and your wrist is going to kind of bend back, and then at the last second flick your wrist to add that spin, and notice how it spins just like that, right? So you could do this with two hands, but typically in a game situation you're not going to be able to pull that off, and if you do it that way, it's going to be obvious to the defender that you put the spin on. So you'd either want to do it the one-hand way or the two-hand way, which is to have your hand behind the basketball, typical passing position, other hand in front, and then the same thing as when you're doing it with one hand. The hand's going to rotate so this comes under, right? And you're also going to bring this hand from the front over the top to add that spin. So when would you want to use this in a game situation? Well, let's say you got a defender up here again, right? And you need to get the ball past them quickly and up pretty far, but you can't allow the ball to continue to bounce forward because let's say this wall here is out of bounds, or you're too far to where your teammate can't get to it. So you can't allow the ball to keep going forward. In those situations, that backspin's perfect, right? Makes it stop dead in its tracks to where your teammate can get it without it going out of bounds and still allow you to get the pass past your defender. Now these next three drills are going to help you master it, and they're going to be really fun to do, but click that like button if you dig these passes. First thing you can do to work on these is use a wall. You can pick a brick that you want to hit or put an X on the wall, but all you really want to do is play around with your body positioning and the spin, right? So I could use side spin to try to hit a brick, using the side spin to push the ball more forward and then get it to come sideways. And as you can tell, I got to put on a lot of side spin to try to get it to move completely 90 degrees, but you could also do more of a 45-degree angle to try to play around with that. You could do it obviously with your one-hand passes, right? All that stuff. And then also use your other passes too, right? You can use your forward spin pass and your back spin pass to try to get it to come right to the wall and not quite hit it. Okay, so this next drill is mainly for your side spin passes, but all you're going to do is set up two cones next to the wall, about a foot or two from the wall, and set them up about shoulder width apart. The further you put them, the easier it is. The tighter they are, the harder it's going to be. And all you're going to do is step back from the cones a little ways, add some side spin, and try to get it to come between those cones, and then repeat. And of course, you can play around with doing one hand. You can do two hands, right? And if you really want to take it next level, try to not only get it between the gap and the cones, but also hit a certain spot on the wall. And again, bringing the cones tighter will make it harder, and you can also play around with changing the angles and not having them exactly parallel to the wall. Great way to keep yourself improving on your passes, challenged, and having fun with your practice. Now I've got one final thing to really help you improve your passing, and one of the biggest things I can give you for that is to work on your body balance and coordination and of course your control over the basketball and your ball handling ability. I got a free workout for you. Click the top link in the description down below. It'll help you with all those things and much more. Just click that link, pop in your email, and I'll send it to you instantly for free. It's already thousands of players, and I'm sure it'll help you too. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and click that bell icon to catch the newest ones. I'll see you in the next video.